My grandma, as I grew up, she'd always sing me this one Yiddish song, but because I valued her to an extent, but you know, you don't think about mortality or when you're 14. You just we watched a lot of Gilligan's Island. I ate the bologna sandwiches. And, you know, and my grandma was just a fixture of the house, like the furniture, but a beloved piece of furniture. So at that time, if I may, there's youngsters in the audience, but no need, I'll just say, there were science courses that were given, and I had borrowed some of the tubing that was used for the science experiment to create for myself in the basement an elaborate hookah pipe with which I would use herbal pharmaceuticals to, and my parents, they knew nothing about it. You know, my brother and sister would go out of the house, they would get in trouble, but I was the third, so I could get away with moida. So I had this thing going all around the room. It would go through a watermelon, and then it would go through like into my fish tank, and you know, it was a whole ritual. That's why I'm so, the Jewish thing is just yet another ritual, and it was so easy for me. But anyway, the point is not that. The point is that I came upstairs in a changed frame of mind. And understand well, I never do that. It's been years, 20 years. But the changing mind thing is the important thing to focus on. This is why we're here and everything. That's why the shows are good and whatever. So my mind was changed, and I came up, and instead of seeing a piece of beloved furniture, I saw my Grandma Rose, whom I loved dearly, more in some ways than my other grandma, who won all these awards and everything. I'll tell you my grandma later, but I saw my grandma, and I just thought, oh my God, she's so old, she's going to die sometime. You know, I was struck with, it was a very nuanced thought for a young 14-year-old, I felt. And I said, Grandma, what's that beautiful song that you always sing? I want to take a, you know, transliteration of it and write it down and then learn it. You know, I play the guitar and she taught this voice, by the way, is so much like my grandma. She thought she had a good voice. It wasn't good, but it was beautiful in a way. It was actually horrible. This sounds exactly like it. Ein Slave, mein Kind, deine Egelach. It's exactly so. Ein Slave, mein Kind, deine Egelach, and I wrote down the song, and I learned the song, and she was. We had a different relationship after that point. Then I would drive her to Lincoln Dell. Oh, Cape Pavolia. And then she would, oh, Fleischig's Borscht. And I once had a girlfriend. I brought the girlfriend to the Lincoln Dell with my grandma, and my grandma looks at her approvingly. Oh, you're Jewish. And I kid you not, she goes, no. And my grandma goes, oh, hey. You know, she really just like that. But what happened was, the power of music perhaps, but as she progressed in her senility, they would call upon me to sing her the song. And it was quite miraculous that she would be completely drooling out of it. And then I would sing her the song, and she would like, it was great. And then slowly the song even lost its power. If I'd have known Sherm the Worm then, bang, I would have. But, so I'm going to sing you the song as best I recall. Ein Slave, mein Kind, deine Egelach, ein nehme nicht mein Chaye Saros, dort wird dein Olete Vilach, dort sitzt auch dein Mutter Weh. Sie guckt den Weg, wo sie alltäglich geboren, in Sursen, nimmer nicht in mir. Ich hab dein Vater verloren, bis die noch ein Monoton gewesen. Bis die noch ein Monoton gewesen. Bis die noch ein Monoton gewesen. simple song.